Welcome to RC Industry.
Grew up with the best of things, the nice cars and a big old house. Swimming pools and the finest schools we never had to do without. I always wondered where Daddy would go on his so-called business trips. Always imagining flying on planes and riding on big old ships. After Daddy passed away, I sorted things out in the basement, in the house. A big lockbox with the biggest surprise. Something we all found out. Something we found out we didn't know. Places that he got to go. I wondered why he never was around. Why he was always gone. Daddy was a rodeo clown. Go from town to town. Reno, Tulsa, Houston, Vegas.
Alright, it's Rick here. Hey, I thought this morning maybe I would show you how to put some drawer and cabinet door pulls on. I bought some that are hopefully going to match pretty close to the Hoosier cabinet that we redid. So anyway, I'm glad you tuned in, and hopefully this will help somebody. So show you more. Okay, Rick here. What I did was I went out and bought some door pulls to put on here. These cabinets have a ridge in them, so you don't have to have one. But since the cabinet that we redid, if you remember over here, it had black knobs on it. And since we, tried to make the cabinets look alike, I thought that I ought to get some drawer pulls that actually look like the other ones. So let's pop one of these open and kind of get an idea here what they look like. Yeah, see, they're black, and they're pretty close to the same size. They're not exactly, these are wood, these are metal, but I think once you move them clear over to here, I think you'll probably notice that they look about right. So, alright, I'll shut up and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so what we're going to use is a, if this will focus, supposed to be on automatic focusing here. Anyway, that's a 5/32 drill bit, and we've got 3 different sizes of screws. These are the ones that come with the cabinet pulls. These are 1 inch, or a number 8, 32, and they're 1 inch long. Then I've got a couple here that are 1 1/4 inches, and then I got a box of 1 1/2 inches. Now, the reason for that is these cabinet doors are, these pulls are made for cabinet doors. So if you drill the hole and put the screw through there, you've got just enough for the countersunk threads in this bolt. If you go over here to one of these drawers and you look at this, some drawers will be made thicker. These look like they won't be, but sometimes they'll have like an inner plate in here that makes this like another maybe 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch thicker, and then you have to have a longer screw. So that's why I brought the screws out, in case we need that. So, alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a tape measure. Now, if I was going to do a lot of these cabinets, I would probably make a template out of cardboard and lay in here so that they're all in the same spot. But I've already kind of measured this. I know I want to come over 1 inch to get this to look the way I want. Well, dropped everything on the floor. Let's try that again. To get this to look the way I want to, I'm going to come over 1 inch, and I'm going to come up from the bottom 1.25 inches. Then I'm going to drill my hole. So I'm just going to take an awl and make me a little mark in the wood. And then we're going to come in 1 inch, and we're almost in the same spot where I made that. So now we're going to take the drill, and I'm going to open up the cabinet door because I don't want to possibly drill into this. It shouldn't be there, but I don't want to chance it. So we're going to drill a hole in here. Okay, just like that. Now that should be a tight fit for this screw, which is what we want. We'll take our screw gun here. Oops. And I'm going to screw this in. Okay. And the only reason I used that is I didn't want to damage any of the threads. Believe it or not, these bolts that come with this, or these things, they must be really made cheap, because you can actually mess the threads up just shoving them through wood. So, been there and done that. So now all we got to do is take and screw the pull on there. Got it in there pretty snug, and we'll take the gun again and just tighten it on down. There we go. And there's our pull. Okay, I'll put the rest of them on, and I'll show you when I get done. Okay, well, as you can see, we got the pulls all on. And where I was talking about these being a little thicker, they actually weren't. They were the same as the cabinets and these cabinets and this cabinet. However, this cabinet up here, the doors are apparently thicker, because I had to use the 1.25 inch ones up here. Now you figure they're the same manufacturer. Well, these across here are the same manufacturer, except for this one that I built. And then these down here are the same manufacturer. These are actually Aristocraft, and this is some kind of Home Depot. Yeah, I don't know what you would call that. So I don't even know what the brand name was, but anyway, I wanted something that would match these Aristocrats, because these are nice oak heavy-duty cabinets here, and I needed some uppers that kind of looked like them. So anyway, enough of that crazy stuff said, I guess. You can see that I don't have the cover off the dishwasher yet, because Dennis has got to come in and put the floors in. We've got to finish painting the cabinets. I've got the primer on the bottom, kick panels, but I don't have them painted yet. And then there's some touch-ups after he gets the flooring done that will come through, because during construction things have gotten kind of nicked up, like, you know, like right there. But I've got the paint that I used on these cabinets, so we'll touch all those up, and then we'll hook up the dishwasher once the floor is in, and we'll have to come over here and hook up the refrigerator, because it's got a water line to it. It's an older one, but it works good, and it does have an ice maker in it, so we got to get that going. And I've got this propped open. You can see me propping it open, and that is so that anytime you shut a refrigerator off, you should kind of fix it so it's propped open. And you know, if you were going to set it outside, you would really fix it so someone can't get in it, or children can't get in it, or something like that, I guess. It's not so much on these newer refrigerators, but the old ones used to have latches on them with door handles, so you don't hear much about that anymore. But the real reason I do it in here in the house is because we've had this house now 5 months, and that refrigerator's not been running in 5 months, and so I don't want it to get all moldy on the inside. So I mean, obviously it needs to be cleaned up, but you know, I don't want to make it worse. So anyway, enough said about that. Alright, well, I hope that this is another project you'll feel comfortable doing. it's easy to change or to install pulls. Obviously I did need a drill bit and a drill, and we used this cordless screw gun to tighten everything up with, but you could use a regular screwdriver. You wouldn't have to use that. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Remember that we're not on Facebook anymore, but we are on Parler, and we're also opening up a channel on another video format, Rumble. So you can check us out there. We're still on Facebook, but with the algorithms being controlled, I've noticed my videos are going way down. And when you do a search, sometimes my stuff is not even in there at all in the search engine. So I'm not sure why that is. I kind of suspect it's because I'm kind of mouthy about some things in some of the videos that I've done. I try not to be, but you know, I think as Christians we need to stand up to some stuff going on. So anyway, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. But thanks again for watching. Be sure and like and share these videos. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and look for us on other formats. Thanks, and have a great day. Run, Tallulah, run!
Hi, baby.